as we jump into this, because here we go. Frank Gore, man. It finally happened.
The inconvenient truth.
Frank. Oh.
And
I'll say this. Frank has had, I just posted a Frank Gore video tribute. If you haven't seen it, go check it out after this. But this guy is responsible for me stepping up my game, Frank Gore, because he was at the first ever party we threw at the Super Bowl, and everybody kept coming up to me. He's like, "This is one of the coolest thing ever." And I was like, "Man, dude, what if we can replicate this and create this for more people, better experiences?" So yeah, Frank Gore, man, tell me your thoughts kind of on the retirement, where he belongs, all-time 49ers, just off the top of your head. Like, what are your thoughts that come through your mind whenever you think Frank Gore 49ers?
Best question ever. I'm going to get slayed for saying this, but he's definitely a top 5 49er for me. Okay, top 5. And I know that's tough, right?
It's an elite group.
That's an elite group, right? And so it's top 5, right? Because everybody knows 4 of them. So who am I leaving out, right? But listen, Frank Gore, man. I mean, you want to talk blood, sweat, and tears. You want to talk about taking a chance on a kid with 2 messed up knees and surgeries coming out of college, and then he just getting it right. You know what Frank Gore doesn't get credit for? Him and his team getting his body prepared year after year. It's like once he figured out the science of his body and his makeup and how to run and how to do this and how to nutrition and all that type of stuff, he found a way to stay healthy. And it's unfortunate, like we couldn't get him a ring, man.
It was close.
So close. Yeah, like I still don't understand why we didn't give him the ball on the goal line, bro.
It should have happened, and he deserved it, and it would have gone well, and all those things.
Yeah.
But you brought up what he did in the offseason. I don't remember the name of the podcast off the top of my head.
Okay.
I don't know. I think it's Adam Schefter podcast, perhaps, where in the offseason he interviews some of the different workout places. And anyway, South Florida, where Frank Gore went for a decade, they were interviewing the guy that runs the gym and the training facility. And I think the question was along the lines who works out the hardest in the off season? And he said, "Oh, it's Frank Gore. We have our workout tiers. And we have okay, you're looking for a spilled beat up. You're looking at, and then we have our Frank Gore plan, where Frank Gore would come in and he would be there for an hour and a half before the workout, doing alignment, stretching, chiropractic. Well, people don't understand the body work that goes into all of this. And that's why Frank was able to last so long, because he put in the work in the offseason.
And it's crazy because he didn't just last long as a 49er. He played years with other teams. He went to the Colts, the Bills, Dolphins. Where didn't Frank play?
he was all over the place, And I just want to say, I love it that, he's a 49er. He's a 49er, and he's a Miami Hurricane. Those are the 2 teams. Now, he was a mercenary and jumped on some other teams. I get it. And I think even, the ripple effect. I don't like Carlos Hyde because of Frank Gore. And that's not fair to Carlos Hyde.
I understand where you're going with this, though. I know you're going.
But when they drafted him, I don't like Ohio State anyway, but it hurt. It hurt. And so I'm still mad. It's like the side chick that broke up my marriage or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm totally mad at Carlos Hyde still. Anyway. I love it, man. You get so much love in the chat.
Oh, I appreciate everybody out there, man. Thank you so much, man. But no, seriously, back to Frank Gore, and I love everybody out there, and I'm glad they're tuned in. Frank Gore, yo. I mean, dude, I still have his old Reebok. I said Reebok for a reason. With the maroon, I hated the maroon colors too. I just wasn't a fan of the maroon and gold. I just wasn't red. But I got it, and I still rock it. You know what I'm saying? It still fits.
Yes.
Frank, I never got a chance to meet Frank Gore, but I know one day I will. I just love the fact that his legacy is continuing on. And if you get a chance to watch his son, Frank Gore Jr. work out, I think he might work out harder than his pops. You know what I'm saying? I've watched the video on his IG, and you can see his son stronger. I don't know about faster, but maybe faster because his son is young. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just cool to watch that legacy continue on. And so, congratulations to Frank Gore. He gets the round of applause. He gets the salute. And they need to 21. What do we do with that number?
You got Dion, you got Frank Gore, you got
we
all
didn't
those.
Retire it as Dion because Dion only gave us one season.
One year.
So that should be a poll question. Should the 49ers retire Frank Gore's number?
I think another thing that's interesting, real quick, throw it up in the chat. Yes or no? Should they retire Frank Gore's number 21? Because they just passed the rule last year to open up more numbers, right? Because a lot of the special franchises like the 49ers, the Rams and Cardinals, they don't know what the hell these problems are. That if you retire so many players in your Ring of Honor, like you start running out of numbers. And that's so true. They basically relax some of the number rules for D linemen and things like that. That's why we had last year at the start of training camp, our starting secondary were 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. That was new, right? And
that was cold though. That was cold, bro.
I wish it would have lasted more than 3 snaps. That's the only problem.
There we go. Yeah. You know how it is.
It hurts. It hurts.
It still does.
And so, I don't know. I think it should be retired. I would love for that to take place. And I think teams will make a bigger emphasis to do that now because they have a little bit more flexibility. Yeah. But, man, that 21 number is so cold.
It is cold. It is cold. And it needs to be retired.
Just want to say thanks for watching and supporting the 49ers Rush podcast channel. If you haven't hit subscribe yet, please do so in the middle of the screen now. And here are a few extra videos if you want to check that out for some more 49ers content. Just want to say thank you. And as always, stay strong, faithful.